Hello there, I'm Seymour and this is
Amy
Segnit. We're the founders of MAGFAST, here for your weekly update for today, which is Saturday, July the 14th, the year of our Lord 2018. And we're doing a slightly different format again this week because the team is really busy and things have gone kind of nuts over the last few weeks, right? We've told you about, in fact, I don't know if you can see it from there, that's our advertising funnel up there. And it's extremely complicated, but it's been working very efficiently recently, which is great for everybody, for all of our backers, because the stronger our sales are, the stronger the company is, and the better job we can do for you. And I've actually got another upgrade to announce this week, which I'll tell you about in just a second. But as a result of all of this, things have been incredibly busy in customer service and online, and we're very fortunate that the team is fantastic at this, but it's been so busy that Amy and I ourselves have been stepping up. You've done hundreds and hundreds, it seems like hundreds of thousands, but it's hundreds and hundreds of support tickets recently. I've certainly answered a number like that in terms of comments online, and it's really helpful to kind of understand what everybody's, what you are thinking, what you are feeling about what we're doing. And there's a lot of incredibly positive and encouring stuff.
We get a lot of fan mail.
And there's a few trolls out there as well, I won't lie. But they're wrong. We're working really, really hard to create something great. But I thought we'd just go through, one of the things that I have learned is how the tiniest little detail in the website or something that we don't explain or whatever can, it may seem like nothing to us because we've got, if we've got 990 things right, it's the remaining 10 out of 1,000 that people are concerned about.
And we're also looking at it every day, so our perspective is different.
Yeah, exactly. So so kind of thank you everyone who's given us feedback recently, because we've really learned a tremendous amount. So let's go through a few of these, and then we'll add some comments as we go through. So one of the things that I picked up a lot, just answering the kind of not live chat, Facebook Messenger and comments on Facebook, is people saying, hey, I showed up to the event and I couldn't get my free charger. And by the way, if you're one of the folks who's watching this for the first time because you just joined us in the last few weeks, welcome. Welcome to the family. We do this pretty much every week. We sometimes skip holidays here and there, but this is our commitment to you as one of our supporters is that during this, we're in the final long leg of a very, very long journey that started 5 years ago, a little over 5 years ago. And our commitment to you for supporting us is that we're going to be here every week answering questions. So if you have any questions, send them to
hello@magfast.com.
It's hello@magfast.com. If you're an investor, investors@magfast.com. And we one of the things that we're working on after the last few weeks is systems for making sure that we can respond more quickly, because when things get busy, we all feel we got too far behind with it, right? Despite everybody working incredible.
And thanks to everyone who was so patient with us during the July 4th week, because we were short-staffed and we've been working through the backlog of tickets.
Yes.
So we apologize for the delay, but we're catching up.
2 team members moved house over the last few weeks. That's a lot. That's a lot in a little team. And big thank you to you again, my darling wife, Amy, who was up till 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning on many occasions working on this. So you're amazing. And we're going to make systems so you don't have to next time. So quickly going through this, people saying, well, where do I get my free charger? This is a really simple one. When people attend the main presentation, I take, during the long presentation, I take folks through exactly what it is we're doing. And then there's a point where I say, look, if you'd love to support us, there's a kind of a special offer, a special backers supporters offer. And there's just an orange button appears. And whether you're able to support us with some dollars at this time or not, you still press the orange button, and then there's a screen where people can make their choice of a pro kit and choose they want the green, the alpine green, or the lovely the alpine green,
Alpine white,
alpine white, or the forest green, and make some other choices. And we've now introduced, thanks to your feedback, a little thing at the top of the page to remind everybody what I just said during the presentation, which is if you're just picking up the free one, then just scroll down the page and take it from there. But we've really worked a lot to kind of improve that process. If you're someone who got stuck in it, we're really sorry. One of the questions is is there really a free one? No, there really is a free one. We're good for the offer. You pay shipping and handling, which we said from the beginning. We're keeping the shipping handling as low as we can. Again, for people who everyone goes, well, I can go to the post office and ship something for $4.98 or something. You can't run a business like that. If you have people picking it off the shelf and packing it, $13 is very reasonable indeed, and we lose money on many folks doing that. All right, so what's next?
Next question.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the other more popular questions is the orange button doesn't appear. Help. So
we're actually the room where people watch the presentation. We're actually rebuilding it at the moment. I think I mentioned this the other week, and it's kind of almost ready to go out at the moment. One of the reasons the button disappears is that when people are watching the show on their device, if they expand the video to fill the whole screen, guess what? You can't see the orange button. So we're trying to make it impossible to do that so that you can see the orange button. I suspect that the old theater, we call it, like the room where people watch it, I suspect that on some older devices the orange button wasn't appearing. If that's you, I'm sorry, but we're always here. We're always
making improvements as well.
Yeah, and we'll always send, you just drop us a line, hello@magfast.com, and we'll send you the link.
Also, can I just interject here? If you are having problems with it, it's really helpful for our tech team to know what device you were using, what browser you were using. So if you do send us an email asking for help, let us know those items, because then I can tell the tech team and they can fix things.
Yeah, and when you write in, the folks are working incredibly hard. If there can be a sort of presumption that we want to help rather than that that we don't, that's very helpful, because as I say, the team works incredibly hard, and we aim to be incredibly polite with our fans, and it's always appreciated when you are too. All right, so what else have we got here?
Friends and family program.
Friends and family program. Okay, how do I send?
Well,
I'm confused.
People want to send friends to their friends.
Oh, I see. Yes. Yes.
Gifts to their friends and family, and they're not sure how to go about doing that. Especially our first supporters who may have not had that opportunity because this is a fairly new program.
Yeah. So for folks who attend the presentation today, we have a thing which is after collecting, either supporting us by getting a pro kit, or maybe getting the smaller amount of free stuff, which is the single free one that we offer for attending. There's a little program where we have some wall chargers for you to give to friends, and obviously if you watch the video, as I explained in the video, then the idea of the program is to kind of share the love a little bit. We'll throw in a charger, you add one or two more, you get an amazing deal as a gift. We get to grow a little bit. We actually don't really make any money out of this, but it's a way of us placing larger orders at the factory that eventually help to bring the prices down. So how does it work? It works if you, after attending the presentation, if you continue through and you either support us with the pro kit or you go to pick up your free one, it falls in place after that. If you are someone who has previously attended the long presentation and you feel that you would like to share the love with some friends and family, drop us a line to
hello@magfast.com,
and we will hook you up. We'll give you the URL. Just let us know, roughly when you attended and that kind of thing.
We'll actually give them a personal link, which is helpful to them, because then they don't have to fill out all their information. It just pulls it from our system. It's a little more convenient.
Okay, let's quickly run through some...
Can I just mention something about
that
too? A lot of people write in and think that if they don't participate in the Friends and Family program, that they won't receive their free charger.
No, that's ridiculous.
And that's not the case.
Yeah, and again, that's something that we built this, what was supposed to be this and is this fantastic fun thing where it's free. Here's a gift from us. You can give to someone else, and with love and respect, what we've learned is that people don't always watch the video that you've spent a week preparing for them, or read the words that we've spent days toiling over the words. They just plow on down the screen and misunderstand it. We're actually So we're working hard to improve all of that, and we're actually going to, in a couple of places, we're going to put, what is it called, an interstitial or an interstitial page?
Interstitial.
Yeah, it's basically a page that kind of like you're on your way and you kind of have to stop for a second and say, you know, you understand that this is what's happening, don't you? Yes, no. Just to make sure that people get what's going on. So, so again, thank you for your feedback. All right, let's do a kind of a couple of quick questions from the sheet here, and then
Sure.
and then let's wrap so everyone can get back to their weekend.
Okay, we have a few specific questions this week. One's from Diane, and she asks, "Can you tell me how long it takes these different components to fully charge, meaning devices, on the various MAGFAST products?"
Yes.
Which is a complicated question.
Well, the thing is, it's sort of the equivalent of, what would an equivalent question would be? It would be, how long does it take to drive to your destination?
It's very general.
The question is general because you need to know, you know, what vehicle you're traveling in. You need to know how far away the destination is.
If there's traffic.
And yeah, exactly. You need to know a lot of things. So in the case of charging, it matters how much charge is already in the device that is being charged. So if your phone is at 0, it's going to charge more quickly than if it's at 95%, right? It slows down at the end. It matters what the device is, because different devices. When I was a lad, electricity seemed very simple, right? You would simply have a light bulb and a battery, and you'd connect them together, and the current would flow. Nowadays, in the world of charging and electronics in general, it's, yes, current flows, but there's kind of computers. Literally, there are computer chips controlling the conversation between the charger and the device. Some of you know the product that Amy and I did a few years ago. That was the original version of the design, the patented design that has now become MAGFAST wall, and it had a 2.1 amp circuit in it, which itself is like a good number, but not an off-the-charts number. Like, it was a good, solid, you know. I think someone else had a 2.5 out there, but 2.1 was a really good number. But people would say, "Oh my God, it's the best charger I've got. It's so fast. It's incredible. This is amazing." I mean, really, we
still get mail about that. Actually.
Yeah, and sort of, I mean, really, I was kind of stunned how pleased people were with it. The reason was because of the quality of the electronics. So because we're not trying to make cheap junk, we're trying to make something really great that you love. And so the circuits that go in there are designed to be the best ones available, that have the conversation with your iPhone or your Samsung or your whatever device it is you have, and find out exactly how much charge it can take, how quickly it can take it. So it was a very general question, and the general answer is it depends. The more specific, slightly more specific, or more encouraging general answer is like as fast as we possibly can. And we announced a couple of charging upgrades over the last couple of weeks. One of which was that the MAGFAST Life Extreme, you remember the beast to jumpstart your car, is now being upgraded. We said it'll jumpstart your car. It'll now actually jumpstart, small vans and trucks up to 5 litres. So that's great. So that's one upgrade. Last week or the week before, we announced that Apple's new wireless. So that's Extreme. Any vehicle up to 5 litres, right? We then have an Apple-specific announcement. Android, you're next. We have an Apple-specific announcement, which is Apple has announced a 50% increase in the wireless charging speed within the Qi, that's QI, charging protocol that is the industry standard. It's like Wi-Fi. Everybody uses the same Wi-Fi. Everybody uses the same Qi wireless charging standard. But within it, there are slight variations in which devices can charge at different speeds. So the standard protocol is 5 watts, which is the equivalent of a kind of, a sort of a standard, not terribly fast, not terribly slow charger. Like if you're an Apple person, the little block that came with your iPhone. So that's the regular charging standard that everybody has. I think I mentioned the other week that Samsung has been experimenting with a 10-watt standard, but it requires a lot of heat sinks and all kinds of malarkey. We're going to try and get it in there if it can run cool enough. But trust me, safety is the number one priority. But what we did announce the other week is that we're going to support Apple's new 7.5, which does not create as much heat. They've done a lot of engineering to make sure to make sure it's great. So we're thrilled to be announcing that we're going to support that. Are you getting the theme here? That yes, we're taking our time over the timeline, and trust me, nobody wants this shipping more than we do. Like we want to get it in your hands as quickly as possible. We have a higher priority than that, which is to make sure that it is phenomenal and it is safe, and you open the box and you are thrilled with your decision to support us all this time. And of course, we've promised that if you're not, we will refund. We will refund your pledge. We'll refund your pre-order money at that time. But we can't before, because the whole idea of pre-order is to support the company. But I never got to my third announcement, which is Android. A lot of folks, and again, we've been hearing people saying, well, I was going to support you, but there's no mention of Quick Charge, right? And so of course we're supporting Quick Charge. We're supporting it more than you need us to, actually, because the protocol that most of, if you're watching this and you need or you want Quick Charge, your device probably has the Quick Charge 2.0 protocol, which we have always been going to support. But I can announce today that we're going to be supporting Quick Charge 3, which is the next generation. It's going to be even better. You probably don't need it yet. What we're trying to do, you remember when you watched the original presentation and got involved with this, the whole idea is to create something that's actually designed for the future. And if someone comes up with some completely new charging protocol in the future, we just the system is extended. We make, there's talk at the moment. There's a company called Energous that has this protocol they're talking about, which will be able to do wireless charging across the room. So you'll be able to put your device down over there, and it'll charge wirelessly across the room, and it won't cut people in half if they walk through the radio beam. It actually uses something similar to Wi-Fi, I believe. It's not ready for the mass market yet, but if it becomes something that goes somewhere that people are using, it's just a magnetic module, snaps straight onto our system. So we really are trying to design something that's as future-proof as possible for you. Anyway, the third charging upgrade in almost as many weeks is going to be that we're supporting Quick Charge 3 protocol, which you probably don't care about today because your phone probably doesn't use it, probably uses 2. And 3, of course, is compatible with 2, is compatible with 1, is compatible, right? So we're going to be supporting 3, which you don't need today, but you may need or want tomorrow with your next phone. I feel like I've been talking a lot. Are we done? Are we done? I don't normally talk much at home, though, right, darling?
We do have one bit of fan mail. We have a lot of fan mail this week, but my favorite one was from Natasha. And she says, what an amazing product. If I had $1 million to invest, I would have. Love the design, the concept, and especially the integrity and social consciousness of the company. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. I'm so impressed. Thank you, Natasha.
Thank you, Natasha. That's absolutely fantastic.
So sweet.
By the way, if you do have $1 million to invest, get in touch.
Where do they get in touch?
Hello at MAGFAST. Hello at MAGFAST.com, or investors at MAGFAST.com, because we're realizing more and more that this thing can really be supercharged. And whilst we're not at the moment, unfortunately, able to take investment from regular folks like us because of SEC rules, we are allowed to talk to folks, accredited investors. That's folks with higher net worth and so on. And there's a challenge we have at the moment, which is just to do with the fact that the banks are kind of bonkers about pre-order situations, and so if that's you, we'd love to have a conversation with you about it. All right, I think that is our time. Yep. Let us know what you think of the new Saturday schedule. The new Saturday schedule, as it is correctly pronounced, and keep your love letters coming, and thank you. Keep your questions coming. Please continue to hold us to a high standard. We are here just non-stop working on this, working to make you proud. So thank you again. We'll see you same time, same place next week.
Thanks.